All right, Glenn Clark, WNST, and I am here with the man who is headlining Artscape tonight. It's the most important weekend of the summer here in Baltimore. This is the great Robert Randolph of Robert Randolph.
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Rob, how you feel to be in Baltimore, man?
Feels good to be here in Baltimore. Feels wonderful.
It is a beautiful weekend.
Thank you.
Couldn't ask for anything better. It looks like a beautiful night. But we got to get right to this. Here's the thing. I have seen you play probably, 20 times.
Yeah.
And half the times I see you play, you're always wearing a jersey.
Yep.
And I got to ask you this, because this might be an old wrestling scenario where you try to wear the jersey of the team that's in town to get cheap pop.
Yeah.
You still do that? You still wearing jerseys when you go out on stage?
You know what? I've gotten older, and Giants and Mets fans used to get mad at me when I used to wear other.
You didn't go wear like an Eagles jersey when
No,
you played.
I never wear Eagles or Phillies jersey or Redskins.
Okay, all right. So you had a limit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's the thing. I brought this. And this is you don't understand. We've got a new...
I root for the Ravens and the AFC.
We really have a new, savior here in town. His name's Joe Flacco. What's the chance that tonight, maybe even for a minute,
maybe for a minute,
Don Joe Flacco.
Maybe I'll cut it up and do something cool with it.
Cut it up and do something cool with it?
We'll see how it goes.
I'd like to see you wear a Joe Flacco jersey.
Maybe I'll get my sister to wear it or somebody to wear it.
Okay, that'll work. That'll work.
Maybe Danyel will wear it.
Okay. Being a sports fan out on the road, how tough is it? How tough is it to follow your teams when you're in a different...
Well, it's tough today because we can't get satellite on our tour bus, and the Mets are on right now, and the Mets have been sucking it up. And Johan Santana's pitching, so usually, it's all right because most of the time we do get to go to games, but as long as we get to see him on the road, it's fine.
You're all right.
The problem is when you got to go on stage and
you're just dying to know what's going on.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, it's a playoff game today, and I'm sitting here, and all I want to know. Does it ever affect you? Are you ever distracted on stage?
All the time.
Oh man, that would drive me.
All the time. We always call out the score. Somebody will be. Usually the old keyboard player we used to have, Jason. He used to keep the score on his iPhone.
And it makes it. You sit in the middle.
Call it out. Yeah, right in the middle.
You play a song, and all of a sudden you hear
4-3 Mets or 4-3 Phillies go.
We used to know that was in Baltimore. In Baltimore, we haven't played an important baseball game in about 10 years. All right, Mets, Giants. You root for anybody else?
Mets, Giants, football, Knicks, Rangers.
Knicks and Rangers. So you know a thing or two about heartbreak.
That's a little
You know
bit.
a little bit about
Of course, I know a lot about
But as long as the Mets don't play the Marlins in September, you're fine, right?
You know what? The Mets are far from anything right now. They about 6 games under 500, and they just keep losing. And the whole team is hurt. I don't know what to say.
If you could trade every success you've had in music for the opportunity to be an athlete, would you do that?
Yep.
Yeah? What would you do? Who would you play for? What sport would you play?
Play for the Knicks.
You play for the Knicks?
I'd be a basketball player playing for the Knicks.
You'd save the franchise probably.
Yeah, or I'd like to be a cornerback for the Giants.
Mike D'Antoni's been known to make some strange moves. He's been known to bring in some guys that are a little bit questionable. You ever thought about calling Coach D'Antoni and saying,
Well, I know all the players and I know the owners.
So you think
that's one of my dreams. That's really my biggest dream. I always wanted to be able to be close to the Knicks players, and so I know the owners and everybody. Mr. James Dolan and Mike D'Antoni. I know all the players. David Lee. He's a good guy. You ever thrown a first pitch at Citi Field or Shea Stadium? Not yet. Can we put that out there right now that Robert Randolph would like to throw a first pitch? Maybe soon, Maybe soon. I tell you what, we'll make it happen at Camden Yards. How does that sound? Let's go. All right, done. Well, the Mets played the Orioles this year, and I think they lost 2 out of 3. Yeah, they did lose 2 out of 3. I was there. It was great. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing. It's Robert Randolph. He's headlining Artscape. It's WNST. What's up? All right.